Hi everybody and welcome to the December Q&A video. I'm Andrew Rhodes and it is a pleasure to be here. As you can see, I got 1 page worth of questions and the small amount of backup images that I need to show you. And there's stuff that I drew, no copyright allowed. At least I hope not. Yeah, I literally drew these this morning. So there is that. But anyway, yeah, it's been a long week. I got 5 questions this month, which works out because then I can give a little update then at the end of the video about stuff coming up next year. So there is that. So let's get started, shall we? All right. So the first question is my thoughts on 12-episode anime series. I guess you want to know if I think they're good or they're bad. While I think they're alright, there are some good and some bad ones. Mostly the fact that that seems to be all we're getting anymore, 12-episode seasons. Well, look, here's a 12-episode series for you. Some are good. I'm not going to deny that. But there are some that it's just leaving you on a cliffhanger, because it doesn't answer a majority of the questions that are still left unresolved. Personally, I'm still waiting for a couple second seasons. Devil's a Part-Timer Season 2, and Manui Kensho Season 2, and if they want to bring back Gridman for another season, that's 3. So, there is that. But it's basically a double-edged sword. You're going to have some anime seasons and some series that are going to be really good, but then you're going to have some that are just missing bits and pieces that the story needs in order to get it to move the way it should be moving. Whereas the majority of the time it's, well, the story is not that bad, but it kind of is bad. And then you'll have other ones where it's like, well, the story isn't that great, but we need to do better. So you have topics and stories like that. Yeah, it's like digging through a bargain basement bin for good movies. You're going to find some. Sorry about that. You're going to find some, but it's going to take you a while to dig for them. And then there's always going to be that mountain of crap that's just going to come back down on top of you. So, yeah. Do I think they're good? Yes and no, but unfortunately at this point they're a necessary evil that we're stuck with. So, would be nice if they were a little longer, like maybe 15, 26 episodes, like double the damn length. I'll just make it like 20 episodes would be better too. Here's a 20-episode anime series. I don't see any fan complaining about that. At least I sure as hell wouldn't be complaining about that. That's for damn sure. Okay, what's something I'd like to do if I had the time to do it? That's a good question. Probably do some more YouTube videos. Because I do get a kick out of doing these more than I thought I would. Because I do rant videos, the podcast, some review videos, some theory videos every now and then. So I wouldn't mind being able to spend more time recording videos and just uploading them and everything else. It's a lot of fun. That said, though, I also wouldn't mind being able to play with my Legos again. But then again, that'd be interesting if I could find a way to combine them both together. Having me play with my Legos and record a video at the same time, I could be like the Bob Ross of like Legos. Well, this is your world. Now, if you want to have yourself a T-Rex made out of Hero Factory parts, well then you make yourself a T-Rex made out of some Hero Factory parts. It's your world. You can do whatever you want in your world, because that's just it. It's your world. And I would be like the Bob Ross. Literally, I'd be like the Bob Ross of Legos. So that would be pretty cool. But yeah, that's something I wouldn't mind doing a little more of in my spare time. I mean, the videos are fun. I like doing them. And building with my Legos, I haven't done in a while, so I wouldn't mind doing those again. That'd be pretty cool to do. Okay, so the next question is what I had to draw the peripherals for. So It's going to be fun. So let me give you a little lead into this question. So a couple weeks ago, one of my viewers left in a comment section about a story that they created or that they were working on. And right now it escapes me because my brain's kind of working on like half power right now because of doing night shift all week long. So there is that. But it reminded me of the story that I had wrote. So the question here from somebody was, and it wasn't from the same person, mind you. I saw a comment that you thought up an idea. What was it? So here's the premise. So I thought up an idea of a story about junk food, snack foods, basically fruits, vegetables, and junk food, all living in harmony in a place called Snack Food City. And after some bad shit goes down and vegetables decide they want to try to take over, it's up to one hero to try to save the day, and that hero is Chip Man, or more commonly known to the rest of us, P-Ato, which I have a picture of right here. So that's P-Ato right here. That's Chip Man, and over here is the Salt Belt. Now, what the Salt Belt does is actually very simple. Once P-Ato puts on the Salt Belt and says, "By the power of sodium, I am Chip Man," he becomes Chip Man, the ever-truthful agent of vengeance, basically, towards those that try to harm people in Snack Food City. Assisted by his ever-faithful companions, Cheddar and Salt and Vinegar, Chip Man makes it his mission in life to protect all people in Snack Food City from the villains, Dr. Broccoli, Professor Carrot, and Colonel P. Rod and his pretzel army. And it's basically the whole entire premise. So Chip Man basically can use salt-based attacks like Salt Beam and Salt Kick, whereas Cheddar just pulls out two half-chip sword-like things from his back and goes, "Cheddar." That's all he ever says, is just his name. Cheddar, 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 Cheddar! And you have Salt and Vinegar, who can replenish the power of Chip Man, because she literally is made up of two different chemicals. You have salt and you have vinegar. And she can use the power of her salt to repower up Chip Man should he use up too much of his power. So she's really useful. As for the bad guys, Dr. Broccoli was a famous, or is he famous? Hold on, I think I have it written down. Okay. A renowned scientist and heir to the broccoli fortune. Went on a crusade to rid Snack Food City of everything but broccoli. Professor Carrot was laughed out of Snack Food City and swore revenge. And Colonel P. Rod is, if anybody out there's ever seen the, if you've ever seen the cartoon SWAT Cats, think Commander Farrell. The enforcers will handle this. Yeah, that's Colonel P. Rod and the Pretzel Army. The Pretzel Army will handle this. Get moving. And then the Pretzel Army would move out and try to basically take down the bad guy, which never works out for him. Yes, there are some fruit. I don't have them drawn, so there is that. And I do not have the other two chip-related characters drawn, barbecue and sour cream and onion, because I don't know how I want to do them yet. So there is that. But that being said, it's still an interesting story nonetheless, and one that I think a lot of people would get a kick out of. Though I would never actually make it, because this would get me on so many parents' shit lists it wouldn't be funny. Well, he's telling my kids that they have to eat unhealthy. No, because Chip Man always talks about moderation when it comes to snacking. Because too many fruits and vegetables can be bad for you too, but too much junk food can be even worse. And that's what Chip Man's motto is. Moderation is always best. Think like the PSA announcements they had at the end of every episode of Captain Planet, but much more crappier. And there you have it then. That's basically it. So there is that. What else was I thinking? That's about it for the whole Chipman thing. So it's pretty cool anyway. At least I think it is. You have Chipman as the ultimate good guy. I am the defender of the world. Sodium beam, something like that. It would be stupid, basically, but funny in a way. Think like that Boku no Hero, I think it was, or Chojin no Hero. Superhero Legend. If anybody's seen the dub of the dub and or translation to Bakuman, Superhero Legend. Think that, but with food. You're welcome. So that'd be pretty cool. So there was the concept designs for them. So I did those myself this morning. I originally had them drawn out years ago when I came up with it, but I've lost those drawings, so I had to redo them. So there is that. Okay. Next question. Hey, my last two questions are from Cap. Good old Cap. I always like your questions. So, vampire or werewolf? We're going with Twilight here, huh? Okay, Twilight knowledge in here. Well, vampires are immortal, but so are werewolves to a point. I'm sorry that I'm yawning. I'm still tired from work. So let's see. Vampires are immortal, but so are werewolves to a point. Let's see here. You also have werewolves, so long as it's not a full moon, everything for them is a plus. I mean, enhanced sense of smell, super strength, ability to run really fast. So long as it's not a full moon, they're in business. Vampires, on the other hand, can't go out in the sun, can't eat garlic, can't be near the wood of an aspen tree. Yeah. I'll go with werewolves for 100, please. Because that seems like... It also seems like the better of two evils. The lesser of two evils. Because like I said, unless it's a full moon, you're not dealing with the full effects of being a werewolf, which is fine. I'm perfectly okay with that. So, yeah, I'd go with that. Let's see here. What type of Grimm would I look like? So I actually had to look up all the Grimm images. Now, I have seen RWBY. I'm assuming you're talking about RWBY here. So, I've seen up to the end of Season 2. I don't even remember if I started Season 3 at this point anymore. I might have and just don't remember. So, there is that. So, I have seen, up to the end of Season 2. So, I actually had to look it up because I had to remember, give myself a little refresher course. It's been a while as to what they all looked like. And I figured out, and I even wrote it down so I wouldn't forget it, the Ursa. Ursai, that one. Actually looked pretty neat. I mean, it was either going to be that one or the Beowulf were one of the two choices that I had, but the Beowulf one kind of looks really like Nightmare Fuel. And I don't want to look Five Nights at Freddy-esque with this. So I went with the Ursa. Ursa looked a little more my speed. I mean, just in general, looked a little more my speed. So that's the one I chose. But like I said, I've only seen up to like the end of Season 2, so that's it. Hey, that's all the questions that I have. I'm really sorry that I'm yawning. I had that issue last night. I was fighting to keep my eyes open at work, so there's that. So, I thought I'd take this moment, first off, to thank everybody that subscribed this year, that's been viewing my videos, commenting, liking, subscribing, all that fun jazz. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty and talk about next year. Remember, New Year's is coming up. It'll be a week from tomorrow. I'm recording this on Christmas Eve, so yeah, it'll be a week from tomorrow, basically. And I'm looking forward to starting some new stuff in February. It's not going to be in January because apparently I'm going to be doing night shift until inventory, which is like near the end of January, and let's just not even talk about it, shall we? That being said, this is going to be a lot more fun. So, I've already talked about it, and I want this on the record. Okay, first off, now I have Google searched this, I have YouTube searched this, and I have found jack shit about it. So I am laying claim to the name right here and now, and I want this video to be the proof of that. On December 24th, 2018 at 10:43 p.m. and how many seconds is it? 10, okay. Hold on. 10:44 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, December 24th, 2018. I, Andrew Rhodes, also known as Web Designer 18, do hereby lay claim to the title of a video series to be called the Anime GBU. Because I have not seen a single video with that title anywhere on YouTube. So I'm laying claim to it here and now. It's mine. I'm mostly doing that so somebody doesn't say, you stole that idea. I have Google searched it. I have YouTube searched it. I have found squat. Mine. So, what the Anime GBU is going to be is literally just an anime review show. It's going to be like anime and manga, basically. And what I'll be doing is I'll be giving you a small plot synopsis of what happens, and then what I thought was good, bad, and ugly about it. So, like, for example, I'll say, well, Dragon Ball GT, because I'm never going to talk about this one on the show, so I'll use it as an example here. I'll just give, like, a little plot synopsis, okay, you know, Goku, the character from Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, gets turned into a kid by one of his former enemies, and has to search for the Black Star Dragon Balls, which are eviler, or more evil form of the regular Dragon Balls, and he has to find them. That's your plot synopsis. You know, multiple battles ensue, different arcs, different villains, old and new come around. There's your plot synopsis. Then I tell you what's good, bad, and ugly about it. What was good about it would have been the two fights that I actually enjoyed. Goku versus General Rildo and Goku versus Legic. That's it. The other fights are crap. And I mean that. Goku versus Baby was a joke. Goku versus Super 17 was a freaking waste of time. The Shadow Dragon arc was a complete train wreck in the middle finger. I don't care who you are. That was pandering nostalgia. The bad would be the fact that it just wasn't that appealing. It was more like it was nostalgia fuel, if anything, and it failed miserably at its mark. It's true, it did. It failed miserably at its mark for what it was trying to achieve, which it just couldn't do. So that's the bad, and the ugly is just the animations were just weird on it. It felt like you were watching Dragon Ball, but it was much darker, much more heavier cell shaded, and it just did not look right. It looked, honest to God, it looked horrible. I'm not even joking. It looked bad all around. So there is that. Now, that would be a general episode. So that's what I'm looking forward to starting in February. I just got to come up with a neat little logo for it, and I'm in business. Cause, I don't know how I exactly want to do that. I am looking to get an actual camera, like an actual camcorder camera, because this little webcam of mine is a pain in the ass. I got it for the first Q&A video. I've been using it since. However, its time in the sun, I believe, is fleeting. It was only like $7, so I've gotten my $7 worth of fun out of it. I really have. I don't know if it's that or just my laptop acting up. I don't know which, but either way, time to do some possible upgrading. So there is that. So if I end up getting a camcorder, I gotta get a micro SD card for it because there's no internal memory on the ones that I've seen. So I'd have to get card for it, so that's what's been taking so long. Is I have to be really careful getting one of those. I don't know if I just want to go to the store and grab one or get one online, because if I get one online, I really got to pay attention to it. And if I go to the store, I can just pick one off the shelf. But I'd be paying a little more at the store than I could probably be paying online. So now you see my dilemma. There it is. That's basically it for the Anime GBU. Andrew Discusses is another video series that I'm thinking of starting up, or should be starting up next year. Now, I'm aiming for February on this one too, but maybe March at the latest. It's basically going to be like the podcast meets Andrew Rants. It's sort of a wonderful, humble fusion. Only instead of me flipping out, I'm actually having a civilized discussion. So, it would basically be like topics that were too long for the podcast, or that I couldn't get on the podcast because it missed the cutoff time or something. So I would record a video about that. A perfect example would be, because I'm not going to talk about it on the podcast, and it's still an evolving topic, would be Soulja Boy and his game systems. Yeah, those things. He's basically drop shipping. It would be a discussion video on that, like what your thoughts are as I lay out the information ahead of you. No, it wouldn't be a live event, but you get the idea. It's a video that you could watch and go, yeah, he talked about that. See, right here's the video. But, so there's that. That would be the discuss video. Andrew Discusses. Rant videos are going to be sticking around. Review videos are going to be getting a little different. I'm still going to be reviewing YouTube channels, movies, TV shows. Going to look into reviewing some comics because manga is getting taken. It's going to be added into the Anime GBU as a sort of like, here's like the manga that this series is based off of or shares the same name with. I could decide to change that at the last minute. I don't know yet. That's, everything's still in the planning stages, if you think about it. So, there's that. Podcast is staying, but I'm not going to be doing anything majorly special for the 3-year anniversary. Just changing up the logo like I usually do. 5-year anniversary is going to be the next big thing. That's going to be the next big event. So look forward to that. That gives you something to look forward to. Other than that, that's about it. That's about all I got for this one. So, yeah, that's it. Theory videos are going to be sticking around. Unwrap videos are pretty much done. I think I said that before, but I'm not sure if I did or not. They're pretty much done because I really don't get anything to unwrap, and if I do, it's not worth it. So, screw the unwrapping videos. But that's pretty much it then for the Q&A for December of 2018. So thank you everybody that submitted questions. Thank you so much for everyone who came or who subscribed and liked and everything else that you do. It makes me feel like I'm doing a good job here on YouTube. And until next time, I'm Andrew Rhodes. Thank you all for being here for this Q&A video. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Kwanzaa, and a happy belated Hanukkah to those of you who celebrate those different holidays. And happy holidays to the rest of you that celebrate holidays that I am either unaware of or cannot pronounce to save my life. Thank you so much for everything that you've done and for everything that you do. Have a wonderful, wonderful time, and catch us all later. Bye, everybody.